Hi everyone, Eugene Sachs here with another review from GameCritics.com. Neon White is a high-speed platformer with some light combat elements. Players take the role of White, a sinner called a Neon with a knack for guns, but he's suffering from amnesia and riddled with guilt from an unknown source. Players will traverse different areas of heaven, killing demons and racing to a goal to get the fastest time possible, all to impress the believers for a chance to win a permanent spot past the pearly gates. Along the way, players will meet other so-called Neons like White, learn more about White's past, and uncover the secrets some of the believers are hiding. Through each level, players will be able to pick up guns that take the form of soul cards, a pistol, a rifle, or a shotgun for a few examples. These aren't only used to kill demons, but also for traversal. For example, discarding a pistol gives a second jump, while the rifle gives a short-range forward dash. Players must eliminate all demons before the goal opens to complete the level. Each level has different rankings for different medal scores, which is required for story progression. Every soul card has its purpose, both in combat and movement, and all are balanced perfectly where the game flows elegantly through each level. Most players are going to end up playing each level multiple times in pursuit of speedy finishes, and Neon White made a few clever choices to make this repetition more bearable. First is how quickly it is to restart. If players are not happy with a run, it only takes the push of a single button to reset if a mistake is made. The other design decision that keeps things moving is that each level in Neon White will eventually unlock a hint to finishing the level in a more efficient way after a certain number of completed attempts, generally alternate routes that shave off the time needed to get the medals required for story progression. These hints also double as tools to teach nuances of extra movement options. Perhaps a large gap that seemed impossible can be cleared with an extra jump from a pistol card. Or perhaps the rifle card's dash can be used in a less obvious place for greater effect. As far as combat is concerned, it's secondary to the speedy platforming, which I think was the right way to go. There's decent auto-aim assistance if players are pointing in the general area of the enemy, which puts the focus more on mobility, Neon White's strong suit. Another element encouraging replay is that each level also has a hidden gift. These gifts can be given to named NPCs for more detailed story moments, and they'll ultimately unlock some challenge levels. Each of these challenge levels seem to be related to the character that players are interacting with, which gives them all a unique flavor. As an example, players who interact with Neon Red will be given challenges that focus on teaching challenge levels to learn advanced techniques about soul cards. On the other hand, the demented and death-crazed Neon Violet has challenge levels that are more about avoiding death traps.
Pins, plushies, sharp knives, and spilled guts.
While all of this is great, the thing I think is most clever is how Neon White handles leaderboards. There's one for each level, and playing casually through the intended, or most obvious path, will net players a gold medal pretty consistently. However, it does not show a global leaderboard until the player either aces the level, or if replayed enough times to earn max insight. This is great because by keeping the global rankings hidden, it avoids discouraging players with times that seem impossible to achieve until they're good enough to possibly achieve them. One thing that may put people off are the light visual novel aspects. I suspect most players will see the amnesiac story beats coming a mile away, and my feeling is that there will be specific characters that many players will hate. Putting taste aside, the fact that the story even exists can bring the momentum of Neon White's quick and precise movement play to a halt. Personally, I enjoyed the pause in the action and took a few breaths after an intense set of levels, but I know that's not going to be the case for everyone. Also, a similar concern with pace is that the load times on Switch can be long. Apart from those small concerns, everything about Neon White feels so intentional, smart, and well-balanced that it wasn't enough to keep me from loving every moment of this game. The art and music are dripping with style, the mechanics are easy to learn, and offer enough wiggle room to be challenging without demanding perfection, and the story is full of heart, if a bit corny at times. If this game looks even remotely interesting, don't sleep on it. For me, Neon White gets a 10 out of 10.
Not bad for a dead guy, huh?